The power of words in self-talk. Have you ever noticed how you talk to yourself every day? Those silent phrases in your head may seem harmless, but they hold the power to shape your emotions, behaviors, and even your future. Words are more than a means of communication. They're the root of thought. When you tell yourself, "I have to try harder," a weight settles in, as if you're carrying an obligation. But when you change it to, "I choose to try harder," your mindset shifts. You become the one in control, the one who decides. That sentence no longer feels like an outside command, but an inner choice. Similarly, saying "I can't do this" is a dead end. It shuts down possibilities like a closed door. But when you add one simple word, "yet," the sentence becomes "I can't do this yet." And instantly, the door cracks open. Yet carries hope and makes room for learning and growth. This isn't just a grammatical change. It's a mindset shift. What you repeat every day becomes belief, and beliefs guide your actions. By fine-tuning the language you use in self-talk, you're gradually moving from a victim mindset to that of a creator. You're no longer someone being pushed around by circumstances, but someone shaping their own path. You don't need to change everything overnight. Just start paying attention to a few key phrases. When you catch yourself saying, "I have to," try pausing and saying, "I choose to" instead. When you're about to say, "I can't," just add the word "yet." Every small shift in your words is a step toward reclaiming your power. And from there, you begin to rewrite the story of your life with conscious, loving, and empowering language. Practicing gratitude, breaking the negative cycle. When life is overwhelmed by pressure, worries, and looping negative thoughts, it's easy to spiral into a space where everything seems to get worse. But there is a gentle, simple, and powerful way to step out of that cycle. Gratitude. Gratitude isn't pretending everything is fine. It's the act of choosing light, even a small flicker in the middle of a cloudy day. When you pause to notice something good, as small as a cool breeze, a warm glance, or a fragrant morning coffee, you create a break in a negative thought stream. And that pause has the power to change the direction of your mind. To begin, you don't have to change your entire life. Just try a small exercise for 3 days. In the morning, right after waking up, think of 3 things you're grateful for. It could be a friend, an opportunity, or simply the fact that you woke up today. In the evening, before bed, write down 3 positive things that happened that day, whether it's a smile, a task completed, or a peaceful moment you experienced. This exercise doesn't require time or special skills, just presence. And the magic is, the more you practice, the more your mind becomes attuned to the positive. Little by little, you'll realize that life isn't lacking beauty. You're just learning how to see it again. Give yourself permission to start from the smallest things. From there, let gratitude gradually heal you, guide you, and rekindle your inner light. Stop comparing, start living authentically. One of the things that wears us out and causes us to lose ourselves the most is the habit of comparing ourselves to others. In the age of social media, where people easily share the best moments of their lives, it's easy to fall into the silent trap of looking at someone else's journey and feeling like you're not enough. Comparison creates a sense of lack, even when you have plenty. It makes you feel slower, less capable, like you haven't achieved much, even when you're on your own unique path, with a pace and experience that's unlike anyone else's. Instead of asking, "Why have they done it and I haven't?" try shifting to a kinder, more motivating question, "Am I better today than I was yesterday?" That simple question brings you back to your inner compass. Will you compare only with your past self, not with others? Every day, just one small step, one more positive thought, one different action. That's meaningful growth. What matters is you don't need to outrun anyone. Your journey is not a race. It's a process of exploration, learning, mistakes, correction, and growth. And you have every right to be proud of every single step forward, no matter how small. Focus your energy on nurturing the best version of yourself, not a copy of someone else. Remember, you're walking a path no one has walked before, so you can't use someone else's map to measure your progress. And one day, you'll look back and realize, when you stop comparing, that's when you truly started living. Talking to your future self. The past may leave marks, but it doesn't have the power to define you forever. Don't let old statements like, "I've always been this way," "I'm never good at this," or "I'm just a failure" become invisible chains that trap you in an outdated version of yourself. Instead of replaying old definitions, try a new approach, self-talk that points toward the future. Replace, "I've always been like this" with an open-ended affirmation. "I am becoming a better version of myself every day." That phrase doesn't deny the past, but it refuses to let the past control the future. It reminds you that you are changing. Even slowly, you are moving forward. Here's a simple but powerful practice. Imagine your future self 5 years from now. Someone who has overcome the things you're currently struggling with. Someone living with confidence, peace, and the success you dream of. Then each day, speak to yourself as if you are already that person. Tell yourself, "I am learning patience like my future self," or "I am acting with the confidence I'm building," or "I'm not perfect, but I'm getting closer to who I want to become." By changing your self-talk, you are rewiring your belief system. Your mind starts to believe that change is possible. And from there, your actions, habits, and results begin to shift. Remember, you are not limited by who you've been. You have the right to rewrite yourself. Every day, every thought, every word you speak. Goodbye perfectionism, hello progress. We grow up with expectations. To be good, to be right, to succeed on the first try. And gradually, we wear a mask of perfection, only to find it gets heavier and heavier. The truth is, perfection doesn't exist. It's just an illusion, beautiful but unreachable. And more importantly, perfectionism doesn't push you forward. It paralyzes you. You start something and think, "It has to be perfect," or "If I don't do it well from the start, I shouldn't do it," or "If others are better, I shouldn't even begin." Those thoughts may sound like encouragement, but they're actually barriers. They turn you into a bystander, too afraid of mistakes, failure, or losing your perfect image to take action. It's time to shift that self-talk. Try saying, "I'll do my best," and learn from it. Simple, but liberating. When you allow yourself to try, fail, and then improve, you enter the true cycle of progress. You gain skills, collect experiences, and grow step by step, something perfection will never teach you. Letting go of perfectionism doesn't mean letting go of high standards. On the contrary, it's how you keep high standards while still being kind to yourself. You start to understand, people become great not because they're always right, but because they dare to be wrong more times than you. So today, if you're procrastinating, afraid to begin, or pressuring yourself to do it perfectly, pause and ask, "Can I approach this with a learning heart?" If the answer is yes, then go for it. Do it for real, even if you're not great at it yet. Because from that place, you're truly growing. Living authentically, starting with self-talk aligned to core values. Each of us has core values, the things we hold most dear in life. Family, honesty, personal growth, compassion, creativity, freedom, or contribution to the community. When our daily actions no longer align with these values, a subtle discomfort starts to emerge. Our mind enters conflict between what we do and what we believe. And that conflict often begins with how we talk to ourselves. Take a moment to listen to your usual self-talk. Phrases like, "I have to do this, even though I don't want to," or "I never do anything well enough," or "My success doesn't mean anything." Do these words truly reflect who you are? Or are they shaped by social pressure, comparison, or other people's expectations? When your words disconnect from your values, your actions lose their meaning. But when you begin speaking to yourself from a place of authenticity, things change. Imagine replacing, "I have to do this," with "This aligns with what matters to me." Or instead of "I'm not doing enough," try, "I'm learning, I'm trying, and I'm staying true to what I believe." When your self-talk matches your values, your choices become more intentional. You start living in integrity, not by chasing approval, but by honoring what's real for you. And that's when life begins to feel right. Not because it's easy or perfect, but because it's true. It's time to bring your core values back into your inner dialogue. If family is something you hold dear, remind yourself that you work hard because you want to create quality time for the people you love. If personal growth is at the heart of your values, affirm to yourself that every failure is a chance to learn, because you're continuously becoming a better version of yourself. And if creativity is something you deeply cherish, don't punish yourself for thinking differently. Instead, say with quiet confidence that you think differently because you are simply being yourself, and that is your strength, not your flaw. When your self-talk aligns with your values, you begin to live in a more authentic way, true to who you are, not conflicted, not lost in the expectations or noise of the crowd. That's why today is a good time to pause and ask, what truly matters to me? And are the words I say to myself honoring that? Start from the inside. A meaningful life is always built on the foundation of inner clarity and integrity. Now, let's talk about how self-talk, often silent and unnoticed, plays a powerful role in shaping the way you connect with others. How you speak to yourself each day doesn't stay locked in your own mind. It spills into your presence, your energy, and your relationships. If your inner world is filled with judgment and criticism, thoughts like, I'm not good enough, people will think I'm foolish, or I always mess things up, then those beliefs will subtly influence how you communicate. You may find yourself tense, defensive, guarded, or hesitant to open your heart. You might doubt others more easily, overreact to small things, or feel like you need to constantly earn your place. But when your inner conversation is kinder and more grounded, when you tell yourself, I'm not perfect, but I'm learning, I deserve to be heard, or I have value, just like everyone else, something shifts. You become more open, more understanding, more at ease. You listen with more presence, respond with more clarity, and offer empathy more freely. Positive self-talk doesn't just help you feel better about yourself. It deepens your ability to truly connect with others. It creates a quiet ripple that others can feel. You become more approachable. People feel safe and seen around you. Conversations become more honest and open. And the quality of your relationships, whether with family, friends, coworkers, or a partner, starts to change for the better. So begin with one simple shift. Change the way you speak to yourself. Let go of phrases like, I'm not lovable, and replace them with something more empowering like, I'm learning to love myself so I can love others in a healthy way. Always remember, the roots of every relationship begin within. If you want to build deeper, more fulfilling connections with others, start by being gentle, compassionate, and true to yourself. Because the way you show up for yourself will always shape the way you show up for the world.